Hey, the way we look at it, why settle for just one Happy New Year? With our limited time no interest until 2008 plus no payments until 2006 offer, Furniture Row Outlet is out to make this New Year one to remember. That's because we're resolved to make your future more comfortable with no interest until 2008 and no payments until 2006. Plus, get great prices backed by our 200% guaranteed lowest price pledge. The clock's ticking on our New Year's savings event. Hurry into Furniture Row Outlet. Good stuff for a great deal less. 3540 Commercial Street Southeast, next to Fred Meyer's.
What do you really need to get your day started? Complete traffic information.
We're up over 205. Just take a look down below.
Live weather tracking.
Picking up some rain around the Hillsborough area.
Up to the minute school closures. And news from around the corner.
This morning, our breaking news is on the Columbia River. A freighter has run aground.
And across the world.
To Southeast Asia now, where a stunt.
Your morning news from the area's #1 news team, News Channel 8 at sunrise, where the news comes first.
Hi, I'm Jeanette Smith, and thanks for joining us as we get ready to save you some time and money. The do-it-yourself help you need starts right now.
Coming up today, licensed contractor Brad Staggs shows how removing an old window from a small kitchen can make a big difference. He'll show you how to go from this to this in just one weekend. Plus, London broil may not be what you consider low-fat, but DIY's Dr. Gourmet has a recipe to satisfy your beef craving without blowing your diet. Then, contractor James Young helps you decide if real wood like this or fake wood would be best for your next remodeling project. All that, plus Pet Pro Thane Maynard's advice on picking the best kennel so you and your dog can enjoy your vacation. News Channel 8 and DIY, the Do-It-Yourself Network, team up to bring you Do-It-Yourself Northwest.
We get started today with a project that seems to violate some home improvement rules. We're going to show you how to remove a window rather than install one. You know, the fact is, when you're pressed for space, sometimes the window's got to go, and that's what Jack's facing. He writes in, "The only way to make a small room in my home functional is to remove a window. Do I need to call a contractor?" Well, Jack, there's no need to call the pros. The experts here at the DIY Network are working on that project as they lend a hand to Habitat for Humanity volunteers who are rehabbing an old home. Licensed contractor Brad Staggs is part of that team, removing a big window from a tiny kitchen.
This is the window we plan on removing to gain some valuable space in this cramped kitchen. Now, we weighed a lot of different options, but as you can see, this window is taking up a lot of valuable wall space, and the benefit of having an entire wall devoted to storage and appliances has outweighed the loss of the natural light that this window is providing. Today, I'm going to show you step by step how our team of Habitat volunteers remove this window from the kitchen of our DIY Habitat for Humanity project house. I'll show you some tricks to make this job go easier in your home and a great way to add additional natural light even without the window. And when all was said and done, the kitchen went from this to this. And removing the window played a key role. Now, obviously, when you remove a window like this, you're going to be left with a large opening in the wall that has to be filled. And it's not only, once the project's done, what you see from the inside, but what you see from the outside. Make sure you can find the material that your house is sided with so you can cover up that opening and make it look almost as if there was never a window here in the first place. Other things you'll have to worry about: a dust mask in case we're dealing with lead-based paint, and some tape. Now, this is to hold any broken pieces of glass together if they break while we're removing the window. The first thing to do is deal with Mother Nature. We drape a tarp outside the window to reduce the amount of cold air sneaking inside as we remove the window. Our volunteers head into the cleared-out kitchen to get to work. A pry bar is the tool of choice for this project. We use it to remove most of the wood trim around the window, and when the pry bar alone can't loosen nails that have been in place for decades, we use a hammer to help wedge the pry bar. With just a few pieces of trim out of the way, we lift out the bottom sash of this double-hung window. Then we pry off the middle section of the window and pull out the top sash. Because these are old windows, we also need to cut the ropes attached to the window weights. Now it's time to remove the casing around the window opening, both inside and out. Next, we remove the sill and the window frame, and for this we get out the saw and cut the sill and bottom frame in half to make it easier to lift out. We use the pry bar and some old-fashioned elbow grease to get the rest of the frame out of the way. Now a little cleanup work. We use a reciprocating saw to cut the old drywall around the window. The goal here is to make the openings on the inside and outside close to the same size. It's time to move quickly and cover up that big open hole in the kitchen. We use 2x4s to build a frame and put studs in the window opening. And here's an important piece of advice. The rule is studs should be no more than 16 inches apart on center and should be evenly spaced. I suggest, by the way, that you either buy or rent a nail gun to make the job a lot easier. With the studs in place, 2 volunteers handle a piece of OSB, basically exterior grade wafer board that's been cut down to size. And they screw it into the studs. Make sure this board is very secure. Back inside, a 3rd volunteer is in charge of insulation. After cutting it to fit the opening, watch how he staples the flaps on the insulation to the studs in the frame we just built. This is very important. The staples help to give you a tight seal that keep out the cold and the heat. Look closely and you can see that we ran into a problem that's very common in older homes. We need to shim out the studs so the new drywall will be even with the old window. Remember to use longer screws to attach the big piece of drywall because with the shims you're going through 1 inch of drywall instead of a 1/2 inch. As you can see, there's a fairly wide gap around the outside of the drywall, and that's okay. Drywall tape and mud will fill it right in. Our drywall finisher followed the same mudding and taping process as for any other drywall project, and drywalling instructions are posted online at our website. The next step of the project is one you definitely can't forget. We obviously can't leave this looking like this. The bad news is this particular siding is no longer manufactured. The good news? One that's very similar is it's just a little bit thinner and a little bit shorter, but our Habitat volunteers are up for the challenge. They begin by removing the existing siding from the area around the old window opening. Then they cut and install the new siding. We're planning to paint the exterior, so this should end up looking great. Let's take a look at what we've done. We started with this old wood window taking up a lot of space in this very, very small kitchen. Removing the window allowed this dramatic redesign of the kitchen to take place, with more space for cabinets and appliances. Yeah, we lost some natural light, but boy, did we gain a lot of valuable space. Remember I mentioned earlier that we had a solution for the loss of natural light? It's right over here. We replaced the old door that had that small window with a brand new door that has a full-length window. This lets in a ton of natural light. Plus, we kept the cabinet and wall color nice and light to really make this room feel larger than it is. Overall, I think we did a great job maximizing the space by removing that window and really making the most out of an otherwise tiny room. Hopefully, we've inspired you to tackle some of the challenges around your house. By following a few rules and our step-by-step instructions, you'll be proud to say, I did it myself.
Brad offers one last reminder. In some cases, older windows may have to be disassembled piece by piece. So, be prepared for some extra work. But in most cases, your windows should pop right out. We hope you'll lend a hand with Habitat for Humanity projects going on in our area. Log on to DIYnetwork.com/habitat to locate volunteer opportunities near you.
Still ahead, more expert help so you can do it yourself. DIY's Dr. Gourmet shows you how to prepare a juicy, thick London broil and still keep your diet on track. Then, contractor James Young helps you sort through the pros and cons of real wood flooring versus this wide range of imitations.
And I'm pet expert Thane Maynard. When you go on vacation, both you and your dog should be resting easy. Coming up, I'll have some important tips for choosing the best kennel. We're back with more of the DIY help you need right after this.
Get DIY, the Do-It-Yourself Network, and DIYnetwork.com, and get more done. Watch a show, find a project.
Look, Mommy, that's it.
Log on, get the instructions.
Yeah, I love that.
Printing it. Over 12,000 projects.
Hey.
When you want it done right, DIY, the Do-It-Yourself Network, and DIYnetwork.com. For more information, including complete program listings, visit DIYnetwork.com.
Did you know that most cat litters are either clay or clumping clay? They both create a silica dust that can get into your cat's lungs, eyes, and even your lungs. They're strip mine and not biodegradable. But all natural feline pine is biodegradable and naturally eliminates odors. Guaranteed. Once you try feline pine, we're certain you won't use anything else. That's why we'll give you your first bag free. Just go to felinepine.com for details. Feline Pine, the healthy cat litter perfected by nature.
Northwest News, Channel 8 at 6 and 6:30. The most comprehensive news at the end of your workday.
We are traveling with a group from Northwest medical teams.
They're expected to be some of the first relief workers to travel across the country.
At 6, local news and in-depth reports.
There are lots of us out there. Collectively, we can do a lot.
Thank you for all Americans being so kind to others.
At 6:30, top stories from around the corner, across the country, and around the world. Northwest News, Channel 8 at 6 and 6:30, where the news comes first.
Join News Channel 8 for a unique opportunity to question both of Oregon's U.S. Senators.
Ron Wyden and Gordon Smith take your questions live from the News Channel 8 studios.
You can also submit your questions by going online at KGW.com.
A News Channel 8 town hall. Ask your senators.
Sunday night at 7 on News Channel 8. Now is the time to come together, to help those in crisis.
We try to walk again.
The Tsunami Relief Telethon, Monday night at 7. Presented by Bank of America and News Channel 8.
Whether you're watching your carbs or fat grams, we have a recipe that will help expand your menu, but not your waistline. Our healthy cooking expert, Dr. Tim Harlan, gets a lot of questions about recipes using red meat. And today, you'll see how a tasty, juicy London broil can be a healthy alternative to your usual helpings of chicken or fish.
A lot of my patients tell me they like eating healthy, but they're tired of eating fish and chicken and salads, and they're really surprised when I tell them that it's okay to eat beef. The key is to eat really good quality lean beef. This ribeye steak is 320 calories for 4 ounces, 20 grams of fat. So today I'm going to show you London broil at 144 calories and only 4 grams of fat. Now, one of my favorite recipes, and one of the recipes that I first learned to cook when I started as a chef, was a sauteed mushrooms with cognac sauce over this London broil. In the oven, I've had this pan preheating to about 400 degrees, really hot. I'm going to use a little bit of grapeseed oil. I like grapeseed oil. It's very good for you. It's been shown, actually, to be even better for you than olive oil. This is 1.5 pounds of crimini mushrooms, one of my favorite mushrooms. They have a nice meaty flavor to them. And they go into the pan with a cup of minced shallot. This goes in the oven. I like this because it's very simple. All you have to do is put this in the oven, and about every 5 minutes or so, toss it. Takes about 20 or 25 minutes. You can kind of leave it alone and ignore it. And after about 20 or 25 minutes, you have this beautiful, rich mushroom sauce. But we're going to jazz it up a little bit. This is 3/4 cup of non-fat beef stock and the cognac, 6 tablespoons. I like to use good quality cognac, but you can use a little less expensive brandy if you like. This is maple syrup. The maple syrup gives it just a touch of sweetness, kind of takes that edge of the cognac off, and some butter. Yes, I said butter. A little bit of salt. You know, butter and salt are okay, just in sparing amounts. And here, the way that I'm using this for the sauce is to help enrichen the sauce so it's nice and creamy. This goes back in the oven. It'll take another maybe 10 or 15 minutes to cook. While that's going, I'm going to show you the London broil. This is a piece of top round. It's about 1.5 pounds, and you can see that it's about 1 inch thick or so. This will serve 6 people or 2 people with a lot of leftovers. I'm going to grill this in my oven with a grill pan. I love these grill pans. When you can't cook outside on the grill, like in the middle of winter, these work terrific. They've got little lines in them that simulate a grill. This is just a bit of salt for seasoning, about 1/4 teaspoon, and then some fresh ground pepper. This goes straight into our grill pan. Don't need any oil. Hear that sizzle? Just like on the grill, back into the oven. Have our steak cooking. It's going to take about 8 minutes on the first side. Turn it over 6 minutes on the second side. Before you turn it over, the rest of the salt for seasoning, a little bit of fresh ground pepper so it gets seasoned on both sides. 14 minutes total for medium rare, a little bit longer, maybe 18 to 20 minutes if you like it a little bit better done.
been about 14, 15 minutes. And again, that's for medium rare, which is how I like my steak. Now, after the steak has cooked, you want to let it rest a little bit. Resting your meat will let the juices kind of move back to the center, make a nice juicy steak. So while that's doing, I'm going to get the rest of our plate ready. These are roasted garlic mashed potatoes. I really love these mashed potatoes. The recipe's on the website, and they're made with non-fat buttermilk and a little bit of butter and roasted garlic. Great rich flavor. Now, a lot of people don't like Brussels sprouts, but they are one of my favorites. And if you don't like Brussels sprouts, one thing you can do is shred them like this, and then just a little bit of butter and salt in this bowl. Toss the Brussels sprouts. They'll make them nice and rich and creamy and a lot more sweet. It'll reduce some of that bitter flavor that people don't like about Brussels sprouts. And Brussels sprouts are really great for you. Lots of fiber, lots of vitamins. And our steak has rested. Carve this. I'm going to start here and I carve against the grain. Beautiful medium rare steak. Little thin strips like so. And about 4 to 5 slices is going to be 4 ounces of steak. Rich, thick, and juicy. And then my sauce. You can see how rich and creamy this sauce is. Beautiful mushrooms, delicious flavor. 144 calories and 4 grams of fat versus 320 calories and 20 grams of fat. I know you're going to enjoy eating beef again. This is really good for you. I'm Dr. Gourmet, Dr. Tim Harlan. All of these recipes are available on the website right now.
Do you want even more recipes? Don't pick up a cookbook. Turn on your computer. DIYnetwork.com is the most complete online library you'll ever need. More than 12,000 do-it-yourself projects at your fingertips. Step-by-step instructions and detailed supply lists, all at DIYnetwork.com. But before you log on, stay tuned. The help you need continues when we come back.
How much are you paying for internet service? $21? $23? Aren't you being charged too much? We think so. With People PC Online, you get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days and compare us with your current ISP. With People PC Online, you get internet service for less than half of what the big guys cost. And that's just the beginning. You also get more local access numbers than AOL, plus a smart dialer that automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable number. So you always get the best connection. All for just $10.95 a month. Try People PC Online free for 30 days and see for yourself. Go to peoplepc.com for a quick 3-minute download of our easy-to-use software. Or call 1-800-748-8075. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
Now is the time to come together, to help those in crisis.
We try to walk again.
The Tsunami Relief Telethon, Monday night at 7, presented by Bank of America and News Channel 8. The game's not over until time runs out.
Don't crawl to bed just yet.
Watch Sports Sunday with Ron Pivo.
It is an experience.
Sunday nights at 11:35 on News Channel 8. Game over.
Hey, the way we look at it, why settle for just one Happy New Year? With our limited time no interest until 2008 plus no payments until 2006 offer, Furniture Row Outlet is out to make this New Year one to remember. That's because we're resolved to make your future more comfortable with no interest until 2008 and no payments until 2006. Plus, get great prices backed by our 200% guaranteed lowest price pledge. The clock's ticking on our New Year's savings event. Hurry into Furniture Row Outlet. Good stuff for a great deal less. 3540 Commercial Street Southeast, next to Fred Meyer's.
What do you really need to get your day started? Complete traffic information.
We're up over 205. Just take a look down below.
Live weather tracking.
Picking up some rain around the Hillsborough area.
Up to the minute school closures. And news from around the corner.
This morning, our breaking news is on the Columbia River. A freighter has run aground.
And across the world.
To Southeast Asia now, where a stunt...
Your morning news from the area's #1 news team, News Channel 8 at sunrise, where the news comes first.
From the garden to the kitchen and all around the house, we're making life better for you and your family. News Channel 8 continues to lend a helping hand with this DIY basic so you can do it yourself.
It's the type of do-it-yourself decision that many homeowners struggle over. Should they pick old-fashioned natural hardwood flooring or one of the newer laminate products designed to look like hardwood? There are pros and cons to both, which is why today I have the DIY basics on real wood flooring versus wood look. Let's start with the real deal. Traditional, solid, hardwood flooring has a beauty all its own. There are a wide variety of colors and finishes to choose from, like the popular maple and cherry. Pine is a cheaper option. The pros of solid hardwood are its unique, rich look and the fact it can be refinished over and over. The cons are that it can be tough to install. You shouldn't put hardwood in basements or bathrooms because of the moisture. There's actually another wood option called engineered wood flooring. Look at this sample. It's a thin veneer of real pre-finished wood attached to plywood. This makes it easier to install than solid hardwood for about the same cost. But be warned, because this is just a wood veneer and not solid. You can only sand and refinish it once. Something to keep in mind if you'll be in your home a long time. Now to the laminates. These wood look floors are actually images of wood flooring under a clear finish, using many of the elements found in your laminate countertop. That's why this flooring is durable, tough to damage or dent, water and stain resistant. Installation is relatively easy using a tongue and groove system. No glue is needed, but you do need to use a foam underlay over the subfloor. Here's the catch about laminates. Once this top layer gets worn down or damaged, it can't be sanded and refinished. Manufacturers do offer repair products, but if you have a larger problem, you might need to replace the whole floor. So let's recap the tips you need to remember. Real wood scratches, dents, fades, and requires sanding and refinishing. However, nothing beats the beauty of a real wood floor. Engineered wood offers a wood look, but has a thin veneer that cannot be refinished multiple times. Laminate flooring resists denting, fading, scratching, and doesn't require sanding or refinishing, but it does not offer the real beauty of a real wood floor. For more on home improvement projects, log on to the website. I'm James Young. Now you have the DIY basics to do it yourself.
Coming up next, pet expert Thane Maynard has tips for animal lovers. But first, we have a DIY bonus project to help you around the house.
Hi, I'm Carolyn, and an empty cigar box inspired my do-it-yourself project. I started going into a local cigar shop buying flavored coffee beans and started looking at the cigar boxes, and they're so pretty, and I thought I should be able to do something with one of these, and I love purses too, so one day I had the idea to combine my love for purses and boxes together and make a cigar box purse.
She noticed the cigar boxes that we have for sale over at the end of our shop, and she was asking about the different sizes and shapes of boxes, and just picked up a few like a lot of people just because they're so unique.
I did much experimentation, very much trial and error, a lot of legwork and a lot of experimenting with different products and different methods.
She has quite a collection. I haven't seen the whole collection, but I've seen several that she's brought in, and they're just beautiful.
I try to keep all the original work on the box as much as I can. They are works of art in themselves. They take great pains and go to great lengths to get the boxes exactly right. They have beautiful colors and logos and portraits. It is an expression of art for me. I'm very careful and I give a lot of thought to my combinations of color and the different types of handles. I get great personal satisfaction out of doing this. Each of these purses is like my baby. I remember every one of them. It's very satisfying to see the raw product turn into the finished purse. I'm Carolyn Miller. It's not a silk purse or a Stowsier. It's a cigar box purse, and I did it myself.
I am not a gardener.
I am not a plumber.
I'm not a carpenter.
I am not an electrician.
I am not a painter.
We know you're not. Next time, come see us first. Ace, the helpful place.
When winter weather strikes, more people turn to News Channel 8 for the most accurate, up-to-the-minute school closures. The station more families trust for severe weather coverage. Stay informed and ahead of the storm with Northwest News Channel 8, where the news comes first. The game's not over until time runs out.
Don't crawl to bed just yet.
Watch Sports Sunday with Ron Pivo.
It is an experience.
Sunday nights at 11:35 on News Channel 8. Game over. The day's top stories can change in an instant.
I thought that I was definitely going to drown.
That's why more people watch Northwest News Channel 8 at 11. More reporters working harder.
Kylie Loshi and photojournalist Rod Stevens are in Sri Lanka.
Northwest Medical Teams is heading east.
The only station to show you severe weather as it's happening. With live First Alert Doppler 8000. The newscast more people trust for breaking news. Northwest News Channel 8 at 11, where the news comes first.
Chat with people who care about do-it-yourself projects as much as you do. Visit the message boards at DIYnetwork.com. From DIY, the Do-It-Yourself Network. We wrap things up with this DIY pet quick tip. Here's zoologist Thane Maynard.
Pets are like part of your family, so it's important that you find good caregivers for your animals when you're out of town. Choosing a kennel is not as easy as opening the phone book. You need to do a little investigating. Plan to visit the kennel midweek when it's a little less busy. Generally, kennels are most busy on Monday and Friday, and the staff won't be able to answer your questions. Take a good look around the kennel. Is it clean and well ventilated? Are there outdoor spaces for dogs to run around? And are those areas cleaned regularly? Check for adequate spaces for dogs of all sizes. And most importantly, see how the staff interacts with the dogs. Are they caring and attentive to the animal's needs? You should ask at the kennel what the policy is if your dog or cat gets sick. You should also ask about bringing your own food, toys, and bedding. Remember, you want your dog to feel at home even though it's not. And once you choose a kennel, make sure your dog's vaccinations are all up to date before dropping him off. Most kennels will require proof of vaccination before boarding your dog. Doing a little homework will help ensure that your dog has a safe, happy stay while you're apart. I'm Thane Maynard. You can find more pet care advice on our website.
You'll get the details on Thane's pet tip, as well as all the projects you've seen today by logging on to our website. And if you want even more help around your house, go to DIYnetwork.com. That's where you'll find an online library covering everything from home improvement to gardening. I'm Jeanette Smith, and I'll see you next week for more do-it-yourself help.
Every house needs a good broom, right? Chances are you've got something like this at home. You see, ordinary brooms, corn, or vinyl, flare. Dirt and dust flies everywhere. If you want a clean sweep, then check out the One Sweep. In one pass, it gets it all, and it doesn't scratch the floor. The One Sweep gets into hard-to-reach areas, even corners. It can be used wet or dry. Just use a little soap, and the brushing action scrubs so you don't have to. And when you're done, just flip it over and squeegee the floor dry. The One Sweep goes deeper than even the most expensive vacuum cleaner. Even dirt and hair that is normally left behind is lifted out. The One Sweep normally sells for $29.99, but order today and you'll receive it for just $10. But call in the next 5 minutes and we'll double the value. You'll receive a second One Sweep absolutely free. Just pay shipping and handling. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-819-8761 to order your One Sweep for just $10 plus shipping, or send check or money order to the address on your screen.
What do you really need to get your day started? complete traffic information,
We're up over 205. Just take a look down below.
live weather tracking,
Picking up some rain around the Hillsborough area.
up-to-the-minute school closures, and news from around the corner.
This morning, our breaking news is on the Columbia River. A freighter has run aground.
And across the world.
To Southeast Asia now, where a stunt...
Your morning news from the area's #1 news team, News Channel 8 at sunrise, where the news comes first. Northwest News Channel 8 at 6 and 6.